Action.
And we're in our new shop. Okay, we have finally moved in. We're at 90 Geylang Lorong 23. Okay, the address is going to be up here. Okay, you're going to come and check us out. Our website is going to be here. So if you want to find out any information on trips or any merchandise, you can find it out here. Or even better yet, come down to our new store and check us out. Okay, my name is Shawn. I'm an instructor here at Scuba Knights. And today I'm going to talk about what I like to call Christmas tree diving. So you can see there's a whole bunch of accessories on myself. Okay, it's clipped all over my BCD. And today the topic is accessories. What you should bring, what you shouldn't bring, or what I'm really going to talk about today is what I always bring on my dives. So let me get those that I don't really bring out every time I go on a dive first, and I'll go into the 3 things that I always bring. Okay, first, here we have is a reef hook. Okay, it's meant to be used when you are going into a very strong drift dive. You hook it onto a rock, okay, then you hook it onto your BCD. Okay, helps hold you in place, and it prevents you from floating too far away or drifting too far away. Okay, let's put that aside because that's mostly used for when we are going for a drift dive. Something else that I have on me is a dive knife. Okay, this dive knife is to get you out of any unwanted entanglements where you're in the water, so cut your way around. Okay, but then again, a lot of times we are diving in clean conditions. Okay, we're not really exploring too much. Chances of us getting caught in a net or caught in something that we need to cut ourselves out of, not so much. So this is another accessory that you might want to bring down if you are planning to go on an exploratory dive, or you're planning on removing some nets while you're diving. But apart from that, let's put this away before I cut myself.
Shawn, knife dangerous, gimme.
Okay, so he's going to take it away from me because apparently I can't be trusted with a knife. Who knows? Okay. Next up, we're going to talk about is a slate. Okay, so it's a little slate, plastic board, white in color. This one I have here, it's pretty cool. For photographers back there, this is a grey card. Okay, for you to set your white balance underwater. But apart from that, most of the time you find instructors using this, writing information down for you to read or for you to understand underwater, or for you to do some problem sums underwater. And so this is what a slate is for. So apart from when I'm teaching, I don't usually bring this down, so let's leave that aside. Okay, but there are a lot of other things. Okay, let's talk about this little flashing light. This light usually goes somewhere in the back, if I can find a clip. If not, it's just going to go on my shirt. It's going to clip there. It's going to have a blinking light, right? So your dive guide is able to identify. Sometimes you go diving, especially when it's peak season, there are so many groups of divers around, and you don't want to get mistaken by another dive master, or you want your dive master to be able to identify you. So, blinking light, problem solved, right? But then it blinks in a different color, whatnot. All that can be set. So if you want to check it out, of course, we're at 90 Geylang Lorong 23. Come by, say hi, just pop in, have a cup of coffee. We're fine. We're chill people. Okay, and then to the 3 things that I always bring when I'm underwater. I like to call them like the signaling devices. First, I want to talk about torchlights. You must be thinking, I'm not going on a night dive. Why should I bring a torchlight? Okay, a torchlight is not there just to give you vision at night. Okay, but sometimes when we're going out diving and the visibility is not great. Okay, a torchlight helps us kind of like get the attention of our buddy, or helps us look around when we're looking for things. Okay, apart from that, it's also a good tool to have in unwanted situations. Sometimes maybe you're doing a evening dive and your dive gets extended all the way at night, and then you're caught without a dive knife. And you still got 100 dive torch, but you still have 100 bar left in your tank. You kind of want to go on. You have a dive torch, problem solved, right? Okay, so dive torch, something I always bring down when I'm on a dive. Okay, and then next, another thing that I always want to bring into the water as a dive professional. Most of the time I'm leading dives or I'm teaching, and sometimes the group gets too big. So I have one of these. Okay, these are what I call tank bangers or pointers. Just like the namesake suggests, it points things out. But apart from that, most of the time you hear your dive master instructor go over to a thing and go, makes this like clanking noise, but it gets your attention underwater. And that's what I use it for. I use it to point out interesting things I see, but at the same time, I use it to get your attention when I need to. Because sometimes when we're underwater, we're all immersed and we are enjoying the sights that are around us, that we sometimes forget to look at our dive master. So sometimes your dive master instructor wants to get your kind of your attention, dong dong, and this is what it's for. Many different kinds, shapes, sizes, whatnot. You could very well bring a spoon and use it as a pointer or a tank banger. That's up to you. But over here, we have a whole bunch that range from ones that look like this with a little ruler or just a simple pointer. Some of them even make like ringing noises. Okay, so number 2 item that I always bring. Okay, there is another form of kind of like tank bangers, but I like to call them alert noises or like alert noise making little things. As you can see, this is kind of attached to my power inflator, and then my inflator hose will go right above this. What this does is if I squeeze this at the top, like if I squeeze this in, it makes this really loud quacking noise. And it's good because it's really loud, so when you're on the surface and your boat captain doesn't see you, you can really squeeze this and go beep 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 and then wave, hey hey, I'm here. Or this can be used as a beeping noise underwater to again get the attention of my divers if I'm in a very big group. Okay. And lastly, my trusty little SMB. Okay, this little thing, orange little thing or yellow little thing, sometimes it's green, it comes in a whole bunch of different colors, shapes, sizes. Sometimes you see Nemo on the top of it. Mine looks a little bit like this. It's a big little elongated sausage that says diver below. And what it does is it alerts my position to my boat captain and other boat captains around. So at the end of my dive, most of the time you'll see dive masters or instructors deploy this. It'll shoot up right to the surface and then it'll say diver below. Of course, it means there's a diver below. But what it is actually there for is to alert these captains as well as other boat traffic on the surface that there are people coming up around that vicinity and to try to avoid that area so that you don't get into any accidents. Okay, this is by far the one thing I would not go diving without, because it's really important so that you are able to tell people that you are surfacing underwater. If the boat captain can't see you, then of course he might, not be able to identify that somebody coming out, and you might get into a slightly precarious situation. And that's why I always carry this around. But then again, we always teach and we always kind of emphasize we dive your plan and plan your dive. As you can see, we have 1,000,001 different accessories, and these are just a small number in terms of accessories that you can have or you could bring down when you are going diving. Most importantly is you plan your dive. Are you going to be diving a drift dive? Are you going to be needing a reef hook? If you're not, you're better off leaving it at home, on your dive bag, or on the boat. Are you going to be needing a slate? If you're not, you might be better off leaving it up there, on the boat, on your bag, because the more things you have on you, not only does it create drag, it sometimes will dangle around and might injure or affect corals and the substrate that's in the water. So most importantly, the take out of this is there are 1,000,001 accessories, but most importantly is to plan your dive and then dive your plan. You are in the market and looking to buy your own accessories and just start to fill out your dive bag, swing by 90 Geylang Lorong 23, Agro Building. Okay, I'm going to put our address down here. Okay, come and talk to one of our dive professionals, our friendly dive professional, might I add, and they will go through with you to see what exactly fits your requirements when you are looking for a dive torch or you're looking for an SMB, how big, how small, and they're able to advise you exactly what is the most suitable one for you. And on top of that, there's good food all around. However, if you're too busy or you live too far away and you just want to check us out first, I will leave a link to our website down below, right here, and one of our assistants will help you out and we'll chat with you on the online chat and we'll see what we can do for you, what we can fit to your requirements. So that's all from us here at Scuba Knights. We wish you a great week ahead and we hope to see you underwater real soon.